Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. I hope you're a fan of the Eredivisie because Squad Foundations is back. We have 4 new Eredivisie players to grind for, and you know that's worthy of the Whopper button.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
Some of these players even have bagels.
We got bagels. Whoa!
I'm going to go over the best way, the fastest way. I'm going to share with you a squad to help you dominate this challenge. But before we begin, if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. So to start off with, the first one that you'll come across, and please notice this is in the Milestones tab. It's not in the Objectives tab. But unlike last year, this one does have an expiration. So I'm not sure why they put an expiration date on it. Whatever. But anyway, the first one you'll come across is Squad Foundations MacIntosch, and you'll be greeted by this center back with his big smiling face. Looks OP, 82 pace, 83 defending, 86 physical, 75 dribbling. Looks very nice. This MacIntosch, you complete him in a new foot friendly, but the best way to complete MacIntosch will be to do this round first. So we're going to do this Eredivisie Squad Foundations first. From this one, you can complete 3 separate Eredivisie players. Look at that Openda card right there. Looks insane. 95 pace, 85 shooting, 82 dribbling, and 84 physical. So we're talking some pretty nice cards here that you're going to be able to get. But let's go over how you get these, because I'm going to say do this section first, because you're going to get 3 strong Eredivisie cards that we can then use to complete MacIntosch. So let's go over these. And all of these are done in squad battles, which is both great and both the worst thing in the world, because playing squad battles is not fun, but it's generally a little bit easier than most other things in the game. So, you know, just take it for what it's worth. But the first one, score 8 finesse goals in squad battles on minimum semi-pro difficulty. If you do that, you're going to get this 85 rated keeper Bijlow, which is pretty interesting. Looks like a pretty solid keeper overall. Actually has really good speed, so could be a lot of fun. Keepers, you just never know. We're going to have to try them out. Sometimes they can look like the best keeper in the world and be terrible, but then there's always going to be some 80, 81, 82 rated keepers that play above their rating. So should be good, but it's just hard to tell until you play with them. But 8 finesse goals. If you don't know, finesse goals is this RB or R1 modifier. Hold that in while you press the shoot button. You can do this all in one match and just keep banging in finesse goals. Next one is assist 8 goals with crosses using Eredivisie players, with minimum 7 Eredivisie players in your starting squad. And notice this one needs to be on professional difficulty, so if you play this on semi-pro difficulty, you cannot also do this one at the same time. You'd have to be on minimum professional difficulty to do these at the same time. But probably what I would do, there's no multiple matches on this. I would probably just take one match, score about 8 finesse goals. Then it could even take 2 or 3 matches to do this one. Sometimes the crosses are just so weird. Some games it seems like every time you cross it in, they score, and then sometimes it seems like you're in the 90th minute and be like, come on, I guess get one freaking cross. So crosses just can be weird. And still, the low-driven crosses work. Crosses to header seem to work a little bit better this year. You know, if you can have like a tall guy in the middle, you know, just kind of as your striker, you can kind of just force feed crosses in there, and generally something will fly in. One thing to point out though on this, corners do not count. If you score from a direct corner, that does not count as a cross. Then Eredivisie Elite. Now here's where we're getting into a little bit of the grind. Score using Eredivisie players in 8 separate squad battles matches on minimum professional difficulty. So just make sure whatever you do, score with an Eredivisie player. And when you complete this one, you're going to get this OP looking right back Owusu, who has 90 pace, 80 defending, 85 physical, just looks monstrous. Be another epic card to have. He's Dutch, so if you have Virgil van Dijk, or if you're playing Frankie de Jong, or some of those types of cards, you're going to have a nice link to that Owusu. So by the time you get here, these two, you would have Bijlow, you would have Owusu, and then the full grind is win 10 matches in squad battles on minimum professional difficulty with minimum 7 Eredivisie players in your starting squad. And I'm going to share with you a team that will have 11 Eredivisie players, so just kind of keep that in mind as we go through this. But what I would say, just do all of these on professional difficulty. If you have any trouble scoring finesse goals, you could certainly turn it down to semi-pro, but you could just do all of this on professional difficulty and just do all of these at once. You can still set the controller down. I'm not sure if there's been, I haven't done much with squad battles this year. I'm not sure if there's been one of those glitches found where you can do a certain move and then set your controller down. What I usually do, try to score 5, 6, 7, 8 goals in the first half. I'll set my controller down and then just, maybe check on it, go around the house, do some things I need to do, and then come back and check on it at the end of the game. But squad battles it is what it is. It's not the most fun thing in the world, but at least you're getting to some squad battles rewards. You're going to collect 3 players, which would be nice. And I would also say, even if you don't plan on doing this, do this Bijlow card. Just score 8 finesse goals in one match. You'll get a free 85 rated card. Sometimes I'll just play a squad battles match here or there just to maybe at least get a couple rewards. So you can play one match, get, play it on semi-pro, get 800 to 1,000 squad battles points, whatever you get from semi-pro. Get this 85 rated card, use them in an SBC. That's still just like a free 85 rated that you can get for doing hardly anything. But if you get all of these cards, then we're going to use them in our team for MacIntosch. Now, to get MacIntosch, there is a brand new foot foundation called Football Foundations. And what I think is going to happen, based on what I'm seeing, is we're going to have Eredivisie cards. We're going to have, gosh, I've not forgot what the other ones. The ones from the storyline cards. Probably Championship was the other one. And was it Liga NOS? Was that the other one? I don't remember for sure. Last year was MLS. This year I'm pretty sure it's Liga NOS or Liga Portugal. So I think those are the 3 we're going to end up with. Right now we've got Eredivisie. But score using Eredivisie players in 6 separate matches with minimum 7 Eredivisie players in your starting squad. So you've got to have 7 Eredivisie players. I'm going to give you a team that's a full 11 of Eredivisie, and then you can kind of choose who you want to put in from there. Assist 4 goals using Eredivisie players. Notice this one is not separate matches. This one you can maybe get even in one match. People could potentially play golden goal here, but I don't know if they will or not. This one scored 10 goals using Eredivisie players. And this one is win 4 matches. So if people would help each other out, you could do this one very, very quickly. But I kind of get the feeling on this one, people are going to play it out a little bit. I don't know. It just feels like people are going to play this more like Managerial Masterpiece, where there's not going to be as many golden goal games, but you certainly could. But if you get all of this done, you get a 75 plus rated rare player, 2 players pack, gold pack, a small extra players pack. Then you get this MacIntosch card, who looks absolutely exceptional, would be a strong center back. The only downside of this MacIntosch, he is 5'11", so he's not going to have that super imposing presence. But if you, especially being Dutch, you can link him to Virgil van Dijk, who will give you that big imposing presence. You can link him to someone else, but I play with Cordoba, Heroes Cordoba, in my team, and I think he's 5'7", 5'8". He's short, and he plays just fine. So I wouldn't let that throw you off on him. I think MacIntosch is going to be a phenomenal center back for you guys. Let me share with you the team, or we'll take a look at the friendly real quick. Let's go look at the friendly, and there's that David Neres. We'll take a look at the David Neres as well. So if we go here to Football Foundations, so to this team overall rating, max 78. Players from same league, minimum 7, so you couldn't go in there with a mishmash anyways, but you have to have at least 7 Eredivisie players. Bronze players exactly 0, but what that means is we can do silver benching, so that's going to give us some leeway to have some much better squads. And then 89 and higher overall players exactly 0, so lone Mbappe is worthless in this one. I didn't mean to go, well, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. This will show us the squad anyway. I wanted to show you the team that I was going to recommend. Now, notice here in this team that we're using for 11 players, for our 11 Eredivisie players, we already have Bijlow in net, because what I said, we should do those squad battles ones first. Then we're going to have Owusu as our right back. Then we're going to have Openda as our striker. So we're already going to have 3 OP Eredivisie cards out there. So that's going to make a big difference. Then we'll talk about this in a little bit. There's a new David Neres. We'll just talk about it now. What's right here? There's a new David Neres SBC. So EA is really pushing forward a lot of stuff for the Eredivisie. And also remember, there are 2 storyline Eredivisie cards at level 15 and level 30. We can take a look at those real quick. Let me just find Eredivisie. Hopefully I can find it again. I'm still not used to this. There we go. There's Eredivisie. Let's turn concept players on. So if you wanted to make, Van Ginkel is the one that is at level 30. A solid card overall. His pace is a little bit poor, but pace isn't everything this year, especially in the midfield. A very solid card. And then there was also a really pacey card, this Heil left wing card. So if you wanted to make a full Eredivisie squad, we've got some really nice options out there now. So just keep those in mind as well if you do want to go the Eredivisie route, that there is a level 15 and level 30. But on the David Neres card, he is a little bit expensive, but he's one of those cards that just feels good on the ball. He's just one that you can see that agility 97, a balance 93, dribbling 92. Every year he seems like he gets like a special card, and he just always feels good in FIFA because he has those FIFA stats where he just feels good on the ball. Now he only has 3-star weak foot and medium, but he has 5-star skill moves and outside foot shot. So outside foot shot a lot of times can make it feel like maybe a 4-star weak foot or something, because he can kind of, he'll take shots with his strong foot that maybe other ones would take with his weak foot, since he does have that outside foot shot trait. So if you also wanted to bring Neres into your team, and he could be a great super sub as well for you, then that's another option. And I just wanted to show you the way I've got this team set up. You can put David Neres out here in your starting lineup. So if you completed Neres, you can put him out here as well and be just fine. So we'll talk about some of the other cards and what I'm recommending. There's Anthony, is a very nice right wing, good dribbling, good pace. Gravenberch, if we're talking about squad foundations, then we got to be talking about Gravenberch as well. He was epic last year from the squad foundations. Kudus, I'm going to recommend as Cam. Sinistera at left wing. Weindal as left back. Timber, who was an outstanding starting center back. And this one, now he may get a little bit expensive, this TZ, but this is an exceptional looking silver card. Also, if you're looking for a center back for a silver team, TZ is also insane. If you just look at these stats, 80 acceleration, 83 sprint speed, but also really good defensive awareness and really good physicals for a silver card. So, I mean, you really can't complain at all about that one. Like I said, this one, last I looked, he had started going up to like 2,500, 3,000. He may come back down as people fill out their teams, but I think he is worth it because he is just a really strong card. What I would say here, now there's this Sangare Rule Breakers card. Now he was available for just discard value, 10,500, 11,000 coins, somewhere in that neighborhood. Last I looked, he went up to around 13,000 coins as people are filling out their Eredivisie team. He may come back down, but if you want to get him, he would be fine, but you need a defensive-minded player in this team as well. Gravenberch has some defending, but not enough. There is Sangare that you could buy, or there is this Brouwer's card that's available as an SBC, the Eredivisie Player of the Month. You could complete him. It's only an 83 rated squad, so he would be easy to complete. But if you want a tradable card, then buy this Sangare. Like I said, you may have to pay 13,000. Then worst case scenario, you quick sell them for like around 10,000 coins. So you still haven't lost that much. Not that you want to lose any coins. I'm just saying if you want a tradable version, then get Sangare. If you've got some extra cards in your team, you certainly could complete this Brouwer's that's available right now. But those are your best options for that like CDM role. Someone that's going to be able to transition you and give you somebody that can link your defense to your attack. So Sangare and Brouwer's would both be very nice. And also if you've got Frankie de Jong, he would certainly work fine in that role. I'm sure you could work this a little bit to have those Dutch links to get Frankie de Jong, because you only have to have 7 Eredivisie players, remember. But just wanted to go over that, guys. There's some pretty... Let's talk about the center back. I wanted to show you the stats, and I think I wanted to show you one more thing, actually. So on the MacIntosch, I was going to wrap it up too soon, but this is what the MacIntosch card looks like. His agility is a little poor for his dribbling, but everything else is pretty nice. The balance is nice, 75 acceleration, 87 sprint speed. With that strength already at 90, I would put a shadow on him, make him 85 acceleration, 97 sprint speed, boost that defending, get him just boosted up there. I think would be a very nice card, would feel good. The other thing I wanted to point out on this one, you have to do this silver benching if you want the rating. So sometimes I've had people fill out these teams and then they're like, Pete, that's a 79 rated. It doesn't work. But you have to put the silver guys out there. Make sure you've got your silver bench. What I also wanted to point out is if you end up with this squad, you do have some leeway. Now, you cannot have an 89 rated card or higher, but if you have an 88 rated card that you like, such as Bernardo Silva, you can put him out here, and you could also put an 83. So you could still have the 78 rated and still have an 83 and an 88 on your bench that you could bring in as a sub. So just keep that in mind as well. I set this up so that you could have somebody on your bench that you could bring in. But anyways, guys, gonna wrap it up for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below. But I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.